Okay, so project update, kind of in the midst of a thunderstorm, if you will. Ripped out, literally just about, let me see, fall on everything here. Ripped out pretty much everything in the black car. Got the wiring harness all removed. I have to install the, I don't have a light with me here, but there's the recess here for the clutch pedal. I have to drill those holes, and getting around to doing that now is actually just swapping the pedal assembly for the brake and yeah, gas, throttle, whatever. And I'm going to swap the wiring harness back in for the 1.8 for this. I'm going to put this car on the road for right now before I get further in any of the swapping, just because I have so much stuff going on. As you can see, it's just shit everywhere, and I'm trying to eliminate as much of my footprint here in the garage as I can. It just, there's not enough room for everything, you know. So yeah. That being said, right now, got the wiring harness for the 1.8 for the interior strapped in. It's pretty well routed under the seats, everything to the back. I don't have everything hard, like all the clamps and everything put on in every place, because I still have to do repairs on the same problem that the gray car had with holes in the floor. So I still got to fix the floor pan in this, but it's not a complete rot show like the other one. So right now, getting the pedals out. I actually just paused to take some video while I was just about to pull those out. I'm going to swap the stick shift pedal sets in. I actually also, when I disassembled all this the other day, the blower motor and the whole AC condenser assembly. This is out of this car, cut in, or pulled in half, and there was a lot of garbage stuffed in there, as tends to happen with this. And see if I can get this rolled over without damaging anything. This stuff in here, that's a little bit. That was the one that the crap car that I'm throwing away had just that little bit in it. This one had at least this much just chilling in there. So that's why I split the two halves and pulled that piece down, clean all that out. Try to get maybe some cleaner in there if I can. And then, like I said, I have to swap out the pedals, fix the floors. I still have to swap the wiring harness for the engine bay. Stick shift cable set has to go in. And after I drill the hole, then mount the pedal for the clutch, and it's all just chilling down there. So already swapped the steering column controls for this car from the other one, because it had like intermittent wipers. This one was so base 90s that it literally had on-off switch wipers. I'm going to try to get as far as I can on this, and hopefully even get to putting the engine, the 1.8 stick shift engine back in, and maybe get it roadworthy here in a little bit, and then move on to the other swap stuff a little bit later. So I got the holes drilled and the clutch pedal installed, or so I thought. This is the top of that clutch pedal bracket, and it has a giant space here. I looked on the other car, and I'm going to go drill out the spot welds. It is kind of just basically a big plate that has a threaded nut built into it. I was going to actually weld my own straight like tube with a nut or whatever. It's probably going to be easy enough. The other car's gutted. Just drill out the spot welds and I'll weld it in there. And then that should be actually officially in. There you go. That's the piece that goes up on the dash and bolts the top of the clutch pedal assembly. I got the whatever gusset or whatever they factory bracket they have in there put in place as close as can be. I'm going to tack it in. came up with an interesting method. I have a broken crowbar. I strapped a differential to the end to keep the weight down, to keep that prod up, and this to hold it in place. We'll see how it goes. Alright, got that far now. I got the whatchamacallit, the adapter thing up in, welded, sprayed some paint on it, and mounted in. Got the I'm not real sure which unit that's for, probably either mirrors or it could be, I don't think it's E-Tax, I think that's actually on the back of this in this model. But yeah, bolted up snug. I'm actually I'm gonna finish all this after I pull that wiring harness through from the other one and swap over the engine, that side of the engine wiring harness. But got my closed pins in, I think. Actually, I'll check. We'll all find out together. Yeah, we're good there. Alright, yep. We are connected. Alright, so everything's in. And start putting, I guess, maybe putting the dash together. I'm not really sure.